Hello, everybody. My name is Alex Buriak, and I'm the Senior Vice President over here at Jet Lending. And today's topic on real estate investor education is what is table funding and why should you care what that is? Okay. So, just kind of recap, if you're watching on social media live, you can ask me questions and I can answer them for you live. If you guys have an idea of some of the videos that you want to be made, let me know or email me or put it in the chat there and things like that. And you can always go back to jetlending.com and watch all of our educational videos and see how we can help you in the investment community, making sure that you are making as much profit as possible. So to get back to our topic, what is table funding and why should you care? All right, so when you have table funding, whether you're using a lender like Jet Lending or a private money lender or whoever, table funding is when you close and you sign, and both parties sign, there is a transaction of funds between the lender and the seller, or through title company. They don't just wire it to the guy, but through title company, that exchange happens that day. Okay, funds at the table. Okay, table funding. So why you should be aware if your lender's table fund or not is really due to the seller and how you can educate your seller and their team, most likely their agent, and even sometimes your title company, on how your lender is lending. Okay. And the reason why we're going over this because there's so many different types of lending out there that do this. It's just something that you should know depending if you're using Jet Lending or not. Okay. So if you have a lender that's table funding, there's really no new news to address to the seller's side or even your title company. But if they are not a table funder or cannot table fund for that deal, let's say it's a really large deal, okay, and they have credit lines or something like that, so the money has to come from their credit line. What you have to do is educate all parties. And I'm very, as you may have not have noticed, I'm very much Captain Obvious with education. I state the obvious. I do not assume people know. Okay, so I'm always like, are you aware? And this is what I want you to be aware of so you could do the same thing. So you go to your seller and say, by the way, when we close, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to sign, you're going to sign, and those docs are going to be notarized and reviewed by the title company at closing. From there, the title company is going to courier or one day over the documents to the funding facility. The funding facility gets it that next morning. They review the docs to make sure everything's appropriate and everything was signed the way it was supposed to be signed. And then the money is deployed. Depending on when the day is going, like if you close on a Friday, well, that may not happen till Monday. Okay. And that wire may not go out till the end of Monday or Tuesday morning. So you need to be aware of when the monies are coming. And this is why. So as a seller, remember, you are the investor and you are the educated party. You are buying something from somebody who very well, A, may have not even purchased this house, or B, purchased it 30 years ago. They're not transacting real estate regularly. They don't know. So as soon as somebody doesn't show up to closing with a canvas sack with a dollar sign on it, they think something's up. Okay? So understand, remember, people fear the unknown. So make sure everything is known. So if someone's like, the money doesn't show up in their bank account that afternoon, like it's signed, it's not instantly in their account. You start getting a seller that gets very agitated at you, and their agent's calling you and threatening you, or the seller's threatening you, like, oh, we're pulling out of this deal. This is crazy. No, they're not. They're just scared, and they think the money was coming that day, and it didn't. So that's why you always should be aware of how your lender lends. Okay, and with the title company, there are some title companies that aren't used to doing conventional loans or with investment loans. When you buy a property, like let's say you built a house with Toll Brothers, or you bought a property with a conventional loan, well, most likely those funds are being wired because it's an institutional lending operation with very, very deep lines. They do that money transfer. That's what they're used to. So anytime you break what you're used to, it causes people to pause a bit. Okay, so When you are doing transactions in investment real estate, whether you're using a regional, a national, or a private lender, see how the monies are being transferred and when, so you can coach your team and coach the seller side and coach the title company on when the funds are being transacted, so everybody's aware and everybody's into the know of what's going on. Okay, it saves yourself a lot of angry calls and weekends and misunderstandings. Okay, so that's what table funding is, and that's why as an investor you should be aware of what it is. So again, you can educate your seller, you can educate your title company to make sure everybody's on the same page on when the monies are being transferred. Okay, so I hope that helped. Again, if you guys need anything else to be made for you, just put it in the chat comments and things like that, like you guys are, and make sure that you guys, you can text us over, you can email us, you can use our website to chat. Let us know what you guys need out there so you guys can be more successful and more profitable in any market. I hope you guys have a great day. And